welcome back to Gamer Sanctuary, Fresh Coast 40K fans. We've got a couple special things for you today. First of all, it's going to be my first 40K bat rep with Brother Captain Jeremiah. So, my first, though. My first. Your second, but my first. And then the other big news is Fresh Coast 40K is officially signed up for the Adepticon team tournament. So today I'm going to be testing my 1250 point Star Phantoms list. We are very likely going to go with the Bad Ab War theme, but we're still toying with that idea. There are several other Bad Ab War theme teams that appear to be signed up, so we might try something a little different. But I think this is the direction we're going to go. So today I have a 1250 list. Again, 1250 points seems to be the rumor for the Adepticon team tournament. And I have the heavy support section. So let's see what I'm going to bring today. Okay, some of this stuff should be pretty familiar. It's pretty basic for my Star Phantoms list. HQ-wise, we have Captain Zirkle Andercles, Star Phantoms 9th Company Captain. And I have him for a reason. He's going to be accompanying one of the tactical squads with Melta, Combi Melta, Multi-Melta Power Fist in pods. I have 2 of those. And the reason I want Captain Andercles is because he allows me to take a Devastator squad as an elite choice. Therefore, with the Adepticon rules, I have my 2 Devastator squads here, one with 3 plasma cannon and one with 3 missile launchers. And then as an elite choice, I have 1 Devastator squad with 2 las cannons. I also have a Razorback in back that's attached to the plasma cannon squad, but that's just more there because I had some extra points and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. But the trick I'm going to be using today, I do have an Aegis defense line. This smokestack here is going to be proxying for our Icarus defense laser. And my plan is to have 2 of the Devastator squads manning it, so I can rotate back and forth as to who is actually shooting. One of them will take a turn off from the shooting and then be manning the las cannon, hoping to take out some incoming flyers. Hopefully, hopefully it'll tactically pay off for me today. We'll see if it's worth its points. If not, then I'm going to have just enough points to squeeze in a Storm Talon instead of the tank and the defense line. All right, let's move over and see what Jeremy's bringing. All right, we have Jeremy's Blood Angels here. They're going to be led by a Librarian. 2 powers from the deck for that? No? No?
Shield of Sanguinius.
Shield of Sanguinius, of course. Why, with all that armor, why not? We have 3 assault squads, 2 with Infernus pistols, 2 flamers in there, some power fists and power weapons, 1 ball predator, fully loaded with heavy bolters and assault cannon. All the assault squads are riding in Razorbacks. 2 of them have assault cannons and 1 has a heavy bolter. We have a Furiosa Dread with blood talons, a Predator with las cannons and an autocannon, and the Storm Raven. Storm Raven has double las cannons instead of the assault cannon, though. Again, that's a lot of armor for a 1250 list, and fortunately for me, I have a lot of armored busters. So we'll see if what 6th edition, if what everyone says about 6th edition being an infantry heavy list edition is true. All right, we'll get a shot of deployment and turn 1 pretty soon. All right, we're going to interrupt the bat rep really quickly because Mike, you brought all this over?
I brought it over, but this was Brian's idea.
Oh, yeah, this was all Brian's idea. We talked a little bit about this at Food Hammer. This is the Necron army that the club put together for Jeremy when he was deployed in Afghanistan. Gamer Sanctuary purchased it all for us at cost, and the club put together everything else. So he's got a lot of work ahead of him. There's a lot of really cool Necron models in there, and we are all kind of now salivating. There's like 8 of us all standing around this table just drooling. But hey, welcome back. Thanks for your service.
Thanks.
And we hope to see them on the table soon. From all accounts, Necrons paint up real quick, so we'll see if Jeremy can make that one come true.
What do you got here?
All right, let's get back to the bat rep. Okay, here we are after deployment. Mission is the Relic. It's my least favorite mission, but it's probably the mission my list is least suited to playing. I have a lot of stand and shoot models as opposed to stuff that's designed to go up. But we'll see if I can't drop some drop pods in there, create some blockage, and then be able to take that objective. But yeah, Jeremy has his Razorbacks lined up. We got 2 here, and 1 more in the back. 2 Predators here. Storm Raven and Dreadnought are in reserve. Librarian is going to have the Shield of Sanguinius up pretty quickly. Myself, I have everybody arrayed behind the defense line. I've got my plasma cannons over here, las cannons manning the Icarus, missile launchers also manning the Icarus. Again, the idea is that I can switch back and forth as to who's going to be shooting it in their shooting phase, and who's going to be using it as an interceptor. So let's move into turn 1. Jeremy does have the first turn. I haven't decided if I'm going to steal yet or not, so I guess we're just going to have to tune into the bottom or top of turn 1, excuse me, to see if I do. All right, Blood Angels are advancing. Both Predators opened up. The standard Predators shot at the last cannon emplacement, managed to take off 1 wound with an autocannon. The Ball Predator shot at the last cannon squad and wounded a couple times with the heavy bolters. Either missed or failed to wound with the assault cannons. And then I made all my saves, so the last cannon squad is good. And the heavy bolter Razorback managed to take out one of the plasma cannon guys from this Devastator squad. And that's it. Otherwise, the other 2 Razorbacks pop smoke. The assault cannon Razorbacks pop smoke. And we're going to see what I can do when I drop some drop pods in. Bottom of turn 1, I get Captain Androcles and his drop pod to come in with Snapfire, Multi-Melt, a Meltagun, and 2 Combi Meltas. I actually only hit 2 of the Meltaguns and rolled a 3, I think, or no, 4 with the penetration roll on one of them. So fortunately, we'll just say the Captain came through and blew up the Predator back here. So that's some firepower taken out. But everything else managed to do nothing. Kept whiffing with las cannons, missiles all hit the Predator in front, but failed to punch through its armor. One of the plasma cannons got hot and didn't hurt myself. Everything else just bounced off armor. So we're going to move into turn 2. We'll see if Jeremy's flyers can come in. Or his flyer, excuse me. And meet you back at the after turn 2. We see a Storm Raven come in from reserve. Icarus last cannon took a shot at it and whacked off a hull point. It did evade, making everything snapshot. So its shooting was nowhere near as effective as Jeremy wanted it to be. These 2 assault squads disembarked and shot into the tactical squad. They managed to kill the Meltagunner and the Multi-Melta. They happen to be the 2 closest models to each of the 2 combat squads. But the rest of the unit is fine. Over here, the Predators, or the Ball Predator, excuse me, lit into the las cannon squad and took out both the las cannon guys and 1 more Marine. So they're down to only the Sergeant and 1 Bolter Marine. The Ball Predator right here in front, or I'm sorry, the Razorback here in front with the Librarian in it, took out the Icarus Defense Laser. So no more Snapshot Skyfire shenanigans. And the Assault Cannon over there managed to take out 2 more of the Marines in the Plasma Squad. But my defense line is still kind of holding. I wish I had the las cannons to take on that Ball Predator, but I don't. So we'll see what I can do now in bottom of turn 2, see if my other drop pod comes in. Thanks to my Warlord trait with Androcles, I do get to re-roll that if I want. Bottom of turn 2, Captain Androcles and his squad charged into the combat squad here. I lost my Sergeant in a challenge and killed off his entire squad. That was pretty predictable. Androcles killed 3 himself. My other drop pod came in and shot the combat squad here shot into those Marines and failed to do anything. And that combat squad managed to glance the they penned and stunned the Razorback right there, so we can only snap fire next turn. But everything else just whiffed completely. Missiles failed to do anything to the Razorback. The penning hits that I did get actually were saved by the Shield of Sanguinius. So, and Librarian did actually roll the double 1s for perils on that test too. So he took a wound from it, but it still goes off. So he's doing his job. All right, we're going to move into turn 3 now, and we'll see what that Storm Raven decides to do. All right, top of turn 3. Jeremy ignored my Devastators for the moment. Storm Raven came around the corner and unloaded the Dreadnought and shot into the command squad. We're calling it the command squad. It's just a tactical squad with the captain, as well as the Razorbacks, Predator, everything unloaded into it. Managed to kill a whole bunch of Marines, but they're good. Captain is fine. He has taken a wound from, I just believe, a stray shot somewhere. This assault squad charged into the combat squad here, killed 2 Marines. I chose to fail my morale check, combat tactics, and they fled. So they're going to regroup in a nice spot to take some shots at some Predators with some Melta weapons. The big surprise is the Furioso. He only killed 3 of the Marines, not including the Sergeant. So the Sergeant did get the strike back and did manage to glance it. But they failed their initiative test to run away, so they are stuck in combat with it, and they're going to get eaten next turn. All right, so we're going to move now into bottom of 3. And we are trying to remember this is an objective game, so let's see if I can't make a push back to it. All right, bottom of turn 3. The captain assaults into the dreadnought, and the dreadnought tried to focus all its attacks on him. Managed to do only 1 wound, and I saved it with my power field. And then, my Iron Halo. And then the captain and the sergeant teamed up and blew the dreadnought to pieces. This combat squad here in the middle got shot up by my recruits. Combat squad here, both Snapfire Melta shots hit, and then a bunch more bolter shots out of this squad hit as well. And again, the Devastators did nothing. The missiles all whiffed on the Storm Raven, who is now just hovering. So didn't do a whole lot. I think I got a glance on the back of the Ball Predator with the plasma cannons. So not a whole lot. Oh yeah, in the movement phase, because I love ram and stuff, the Razorback actually glanced the other Razorback with a ram attack. Most effective ram I think I've ever had. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Did I take another hull? I took another hull point off it with the heavy bolters too, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, snapshot heavy bolters on it. Took a hull point off. So it was pretty good shooting. We might be out of time, so if we can get a turn 4 in here, we might. Otherwise, we might just have to pack up. But I'll let you know in just a sec. All right, we managed to do a rapid fire turn 4. This is going to be top and bottom. Top of 4, all the Blood Angels kind of pushed back towards the center. And the Storm Raven stayed in hover mode and obliterated my captain with some insta-dead shots. I think it was the last cannon I finally did him in. All the assault cannons opened up on my tactical marines in cover and managed to wipe them all out, except for these 3 guys here. And yes, knowing unfortunately that it's turn 4, end game tactics, I just ran them into Jeremy's deployment zone to get that bonus kill point for Linebreaker. Because I have first blood, and in my turn managed to kill that 1 Marine holding the relic with a Stormbolter shot. So I managed to get Linebreaker, first blood, and he managed to get Slay the Warlord, and in his turn pulled his tanks out of my deployment zone. So it gave me a 2-to-1 victory. But the highlight at the bottom of turn 4 came when I went and I realized that, oh yeah, after the Devastators did again nothing. All 3 missiles hit and failed to do anything. The plasma cannons both hit and failed to do anything. The Razorback, the forgotten Razorback here in the corner, turned its pintle-mounted Stormbolter, not the heavy bolter, the 2 Stormbolter shots. Both hit the back of the Ball Predator, and I rolled boxcars. And it took off the last 2 hull points with a pair of Stormbolter shots. Definitely my favorite model of the match, I think. He got his points back. I thought before we started, I was wondering if that Razorback was going to be worth taking. I think it might. So this is, again, our quick bat rep. This is, again, Jeremy's introduction to ours. My little test team for my test army for Bad Eb War. Hopefully we're going to get a lot more of these Adepticon prep games in, and hopefully my Devastators can make a much better showing. They were just sad.
This mission 4 turns or 5?
This was a 4-turn game, yeah. We have to call it a 4.
Right?
5 is the minimum, yep, but we had to call it a 4 due to time. So it's a technical victory for me. But you know what? My record in bat reps is still pathetic, so I'll take any kind of victory I can get. All right, well, we'll come back hopefully this weekend, be able to get in a couple more games, and talk to you later.